It's not a computer program. It's just the beginning of an adventure that will change our lives. You see, Miguel and I, we are both obsessed with the process of smoking meats. And as such, we have decided to waste our morning, this beautiful Wednesday morning, right here in front of the fabulous Franklin Barbecue in good old Austin, Texas.
Let's look at the crowd.
All right. So we just got back from Franklin's Barbecue in Austin. We brought the food back here. I took pictures of it. You should be able to see those. And now we're just going to review essentially the entire experience, the food, the service. Femi, if you want to go ahead and start, if you want to just lay out exactly what went down, what we did when we got there.
We eventually ended up getting there about 5:45. We were there from 5:45 up until 11, and we just
Pretty much
stuck it out
when it opened.
on our phone, talking to each other, just, living life. There's not much else to do if you don't bring something. So if you decide to stay and camp out for Franklin, bring a book, come with a group of people, because otherwise you're going to be bored.
Something I think, if you live in Austin, should be on your bucket list. We've crossed it off. I would say, I think we collectively, we've come to agreement. We'll probably never ever do that again. But
I am going to pay somebody if I ever want to get this food. I'm not going to do it myself. No.
But yeah, it was part of the experience. Now we can say we did it. We definitely we literally did it and bought the T-shirts. He got a black one. I got
we're
like a blue one.
We're corporate shills.
Yeah,
what
definitely sold out. Couple cons. Essentially, you're there for 5 hours. I mean, if you're there for as long as we were, you're there for at least 5 hours. And so we were there about 50-degree weather, which kind of take a toll after a while.
Depending on the time of year that you go. Obviously, we're going now during spring break, so it's a little chilly out there. 75 degrees, highs and lows, and all that crap. So.
Yeah, and another thing, it's kind of a spectacle. The tension that this long line. You'll see it. We took a video of it. It extends. The line will just keep growing throughout the morning, and then it'll just extend past the road into around the block,
the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's just absurd the amount of people, and so traffic will slow down to see what the hell's going on, and people will come and take pictures. People will come and record you. So you're just sitting there, and you kind of feel like you're waiting for the next iPhone to come out.
But listen, did I feel good being the third in line? You bet I did. All right. And every time people will come up and say, "Yo, how long have you been here?" I'd be like, "I've been here for 5 hours." And I'm sad that you weren't. I mean, you snooze, you lose.
Oh,
it was great. It was it was kind of enlightening and edifying. But another issue, so like he said, is people are coming, people who aren't even in line, they have no want to be in line. They will come, take video of the entire line, come up to you and talk. Well, hi, I'm Jim Bob Thornton from Alabama. I'm just walking through for South by. I want to see what you're up to. I'm here trying to buy some food. All right, I'm a part of the hype train, so don't make the hype train worse. All right.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit annoying. Literally, a guy came up to us and just started videoing us and asking us questions. Didn't ask for consent.
No consent. So, no reasonable expectation of privacy while waiting out.
There's no reasonable expectation of privacy.
Take that home. Write that down. No. Heard it here first. So another thing that was kind of an issue, not a huge issue for us. I think it could be a bigger issue if it was your first time. And it kind of solidified the point that Franklin's is not a restaurant that your casual barbecue goer goes to. or especially people that aren't familiar with barbecue or Texas style barbecue and how that works. I mean, we were there about 8 o'clock, so we were maybe 2 hours in. 3 hours in, I guess, at this point, and then they start like opening up, or lights start coming on in the restaurant, and I guess some of the workers come out. We call them the barbecue police because essentially she comes by in a clipboard and.
Oh hi.
Yeah.
I just want to know how much barbecue you were looking to get.
And I'm like, okay, I'm looking for this and that. She's like,
Okay, any deviation would take barbecue away from other people.
I'm like, well, that sucks. I'm buying my own though. Like.
So I mean that's a problem for people who don't necessarily know. I mean, you buy barbecue by the pound, and if you're not used to buying barbecue, if you're not used to quantifying barbecue in that way, you're not going to know what to do. I mean, and the problem is like you have to know at least 2 or 3 hours ahead of time before you even buy it. If you've never been to a barbecue place, this is your first time ever. You haven't even seen what this stuff looks like, and you're forced to make a final decision that you're not able to deviate from hours in advance. And it wasn't a problem for us. We knew exactly what we wanted. I mean, this was been planned out.
So the thing is that they're making estimations of how many people can actually get food. So if you tell them you want a pound and later on buy 3 pounds, then that would obviously offset maybe the last 3 people in line couldn't get food. So I understand, and they certainly know their situation, right? They've been at this. They know the hype train is strong, and they need to know literally to the quarter pound how much they'll have, and if they can tell people, all right, like there are people who are like in the line at the end, and the lady will tell them, due to the amount that we're gonna sell, you got here at this time, you're gonna finally buy by 2:15 or whatever. So I mean, they really have it down to a science. So you really need to just think about how much you want to buy if you're gonna go.
Yeah. So to summarize, if you're gonna do the Franklin experience, then be prepared to wait, be prepared to be stared at, be prepared to have pictures taken of you, be prepared by knowing how much food you're going to get, what kind of food you're going to get before you even get there.
Yeah. It's strictly business.
Yeah.
That's it. It's you may have started it out for fun, like, oh, we'll get a cooler, some board games, but there's a lot of brass tacks that have to be accounted for. That's just it.
Yeah. And so I mean those are essentially our view of essentially the overall experience. Femi, why don't you go ahead and tell them about the food? Was it worth the hype? Let the people know.
All right, so boom. The brisket, in my opinion, is the best brisket, or at least the best type of brisket that I've had. And I say that because it feels very similar to other types of brisket that I have considered to be the best. So I would compare it to Styles, I would compare it to Blacks. I don't know if I can call Franklin the best right now. And that's just because, I mean, it was great, but I don't want to shoot off the hip and, I don't want to be a stand for Franklin. Was it the best I've had? Like top 5? Probably. Okay. I picked up a slice. So we both got moist brisket. Let me preface it with that. If you're not buying moist brisket, I understand if you don't want all moist, but you need to get some moist because you love yourself. Moist brisket is the best. I picked it up and it's like barely holding together. It has a structure just as a formality. This stuff has been smoked for 16, 18 hours, probably more. It is raring to go. Yeah. And when you taste it, you can taste it. This brisket has been loved.
It's been loved. I think that's the best way to put it. I mean, it literally falls apart as you're trying to just pick it up to put it in your mouth. Just falls apart. It's just so tender. It's so juicy. I should have taken videos of them cutting it up more.
This brisket went to a Montessori school. It didn't go to any normal pre-K in the hood. Like this is some quality brisket.
Yeah, brisket was phenomenal. We also both each got a half pound of ribs.
Okay.
Also phenomenal. Fell off the
The
bone.
ribs, same thing. I just picked it up and it's like struggling to hold together. Didn't have the same flavor, obviously, because we're talking about pork. But so on the brisket, they put just salt and pepper, and it's incredible because the bark, you can taste the salt and the pepper on the bark, but it kind of caramelizes into a different flavor with the smoke and whatnot. The ribs, the salt and pepper are more it's like grainy, and I think they're also doing some mustard on there, so you can kind of taste that a little bit, and it was fine. I thought the ribs were okay. I wouldn't necessarily say that they were my favorite, but they're worth a buy. They're worth the purchase. That's for sure.
Yeah, but if you went there and like just ate brisket, I think you would have validated your experience.
Yeah,
there.
I mean,
The brisket was worth. I think
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do the wait again. I'm not gonna do waiting in line for 5 hours. But
Yeah.
like eating the brisket was definitely worth.
If you're going there and only buying a quarter pound of brisket, then you need to reevaluate your life choices, maybe.
Yeah.
Then we also did the sausage. I thought the sausage was good. Wouldn't go back for the sausage. Now I appreciate that the sausage is also made in house, because a lot of places will kind of buy sausages on the side. We'll say, now proudly serving Hill Country Farm sausage. This is a Franklin recipe, although it's not smoked in-house, because they've recently recovered from a fire from Hurricane Harvey, but it's the same recipe. And I mean, it's good. It's good sausage, but I think personally Style Switch has a better sausage. So
Cool, man. I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Yeah.
Next episode, we're gonna be at Cooper's.
we're gonna go to Cooper's. We're doing a double barbecue.
Yeah, double header today. Double header. Long live spring break.
We're putting in work.
We are putting in work for the people, for you guys.
for the culture.
Do it for the brand.
Ah.
Boom.